Greetings, everyone. Rajee Narinesingh here, transgender activist, author, and actress. You might recognize me from the reality show Botched on the E! Network. So, shout out to all of the wonderful vegans around the world. Oh my gosh, I have so much respect for all of you. Well, I believe that it certainly takes a certain type of consciousness, and not only consciousness, but I would say discipline. Because everywhere you go, there's all types of food that you will encounter, but you're dedicated to being a vegan. And the whole vegan thing, not only because of the health aspect of it, but more so because of the respect for life. That is just awesome. So, for those of you who don't know, my father was of East Indian descent. He was from Trinidad. There's a lot of East Indians there, a big East Indian community. And he was Hindu, so he practiced the Hindu religion. My mom is American. She's a mix of French, Black, and Polynesian. So I'm like the United Nations. But in regards to my dad's side, growing up, him being a Hindu, we didn't eat beef in the home. I actually grew up not eating beef because of the fact that my father was Hindu. Hindus do not eat beef. Now, the cow is, I wouldn't say, I hear people say, oh, Hindus worship the cow. I wouldn't really call it worshiping. I think it's more of a respect for the cow, honoring the life of a cow, because for Hindus, the cow is like a representation of mother. And let me elaborate a little bit more. The cow, from the cow, there's butter and ghee, which is something that's used in India. It's another form of like butter and milk. And so that represents strength for the generations, strengths for the children and the generations. So it's connected that way. And growing up, I didn't eat beef. I actually have an uncle that is a Hindu, well, actually was a Hindu pundit. He passed away. Hindu pundit, which would be like a Hindu priest, and he actually was a vegan. He lived as a vegan. But even like the family in general, my dad's side of the family, anytime there were Hindu prayers, basically there was a vegan diet. No meat at all. And not even cake if it had egg in it. Okay, that's like, it was that way. And so, one of the things that I always thought like about the whole vegan diet during prayers, and oftentimes we call it prayer food because it's all vegetarian. But one of the things I thought is, God, these vegetables are made so delicious. They're seasoned so well, and they're made in so many different types of ways that, hey, I could probably be a vegetarian or maybe even a vegan. So that that would be the food that I probably would eat a lot of if I became a vegetarian or the ultimate vegan. I would probably do a lot of Indian type of vegetarian dishes, because let me just tell you, it's all about the flavor and the seasoning, and you really don't miss the meat. And it's funny because really, when you eat meat, unless it's like, seasoned, it doesn't really have much of a taste per se. So, it's the seasonings combined with, I guess, the texture and the natural taste of what meat is that gives it that overall taste. But I always said, like, that would be the food. And I actually got some delicious food today. Oh my gosh. From a place called Elsie's here in the United States, South Florida. It's a Trinidadian roti shop, and it's authentic Trinidadian, I would say Indian food. That because you know basically they sell all types of curries and Indian bread, which would be the roti, and doubles. I'll explain all of it to you in a minute. But my mouth is like watering. Okay, so let's see. On the menu, I have what we call pylori, and basically pylori is like seasoned dough that's fried, and it's just like real chewy when you bite into it. And so I have some pylori here. And to go with the pylori is chutney. It's a tamarind chutney. Tamarind chutney, yeah. Tamarind is a vegetable from a tree. It's, and you know, you can make chutney. Chutney is basically a sauce that you eat with things. It's a sauce that, a form of a sauce or a way of making sauces out of different things that stem from India. So this is a tamarind chutney, but you can do mango chutney, all sorts of chutneys to eat along with your food, and especially with the pylori. Oh my gosh, let me tell you, this, and you dip it in the chutney. Mm. 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 So good. That chutney has such a flavor, and so with the pylori being nice and doughy, it just, you know, absorbs it, and oh my god, it's delicious. Next I have what is called doubles. This is a popular street food in Trinidad. And it's basically two fried doughs, basically, jera bread. Two fried jera bread. And inside is chana, which is chickpeas, but it's curried, it's seasoned. So it's a seasoned chickpeas. And let me tell you, all through Trinidad, this is like the food, like when you're out in the street going about and you're hungry, you can stop and get a double, a quick double, and it is so good. You just bite it and you eat it like a sandwich, basically. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. No meat in this at all. Mm. And the chana, the chickpeas, is so well seasoned. Delicious. Mm. Now, anyone that knows me knows that I can't have a delicious meal without my Sprite. Honey, I love this, and it's freezing cold too. Right out of the fridge. I gotta drink it in my red cup. You know, I don't know. It's so funny. Maybe it's just me. But you know, I like drinking stuff out of like cups. I don't know, like for me, when I pour the Sprite in a glass, it just doesn't taste the same to me. I don't know, but I don't know if it picks up like the remnants in the glass or what, but I love a good old cup. And when I tell you, oh my God, I swear I should be the spokesperson for Sprite. One of them at least. Oh God, this Sprite is delicious. I love that, you know, the fizz and that burn that you get. I need to cut down though. These things have so much sugar, but I love it. Mm. Okay, so next I have what we call dal puri roti. This is Indian bread. Basically, it's a flat bread, and there's different types. There's the dal puri, which is the most commonly eaten roti in Trinidad, and it has really like split peas that's grinded, and it's put inside the dough before the dough is cooked on a tawa. A tawa is like a metal, flat, round metal, I guess, cooking type thing, for lack of a better word, that roti is made on. And this style pori is my favorite. But there's also Pelori roti, which, not Pelori, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm having a mental block. There's bus up shot, which that's like the slang name in Trinidad, but it's a butter roti, and they make it, and then they break it up, smash it up, and it's like real flaky when you eat it, and you pull it, apart, you eat it that way. There's dosti roti. That's like I guess they call it the twin roti, where it's like a pocket. And then there's the sada roti, which is like just a plain roti. And that's eaten with certain things, but the creme de la creme is the dal pori roti. And it's my favorite. I love it. So I'm going to eat this today with curry. But not curry chicken, not curry goat, not curry beef, not curry fish, curry potato. Yes, you can curry potato. So this is the vegetarian way, the vegan way. And I just break off some of the roti and I dip it in the curry. Oh. And, so good. And I don't miss the meat. That's the thing. This sort of cuisine would make me go vegan. Yeah, I could do it. Or at least vegetarian. Let me not get too carried away. But, little by little. I had some curry potato left over. Not much potato left in it, but the curry. And let me tell you, it's so good because, it's, you get the substance, the filling of the potato, but then with the curry flavor. So again, you don't really miss meat. You don't miss the meat. Oh my God. Yeah, so I was thinking the other day, I was like, well, let's see. I said to myself, animals, there are some animals that only eat vegetables, but then there's some that are like, they actually prey on other animals and they eat meat. And I was thinking, I wonder why, God or the universe, the omnipotent or existence, why it didn't make it that all creatures would just eat vegetables. And I know people will say, oh, well, it's population control. So then I guess people could argue that if they eat meat, But I think we as human beings, we have I guess, a higher consciousness to make a decision not to do that. But it just came to my mind. Listen, I've always been someone that you can't just hand me a book and say this is the way it is or do this. I am always going to look at the different sides of things. That's just me. That's just who I am. Oh my God, another Pelori. This tamarind chutney is so delicious. Oh my God. Very, very good. I think it's time for another bite of this delicious double. And let me tell you, you really, you really feel like you're eating a sandwich. You know, like it's hearty, it's filling because of the fried bread. You know, with and fried dough per se, with the seasoned chickpeas, the chana. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, so I think if anything was going to make me be okay with being a vegetarian or being a vegan, this would be it. This would be it. Mm. You know, because it's all flavor when you eat. Taste buds, you know. And another cuisine that's very, their vegetables are very, very tasty. Is the Korean food. Oh, they have some really tasty vegetables. The way they do their pickle their vegetables with the kimchi. Oh, that's so tasty. It stinks, but it's good. Mm. No, I tell you, I think if I had grown up in Trinidad or like on a farm, I probably would have become a vegetarian or even a vegan long time ago. Because really, when you think about it, like we go to the supermarket, most of us, the meat is all nicely packaged on the shelf. You know, you pick it up, it's in, you know, cut and ready for you to cook or prepare. But honey, I remember going to Trinidad once. Mine, mm, this curry potato is so good. Mm, the curry, I love curry, the curry flavor anyway. Um, and I remember my grandmother had like chickens and ducks and goats and stuff. And this one day, she had asked me to get a chicken for her. You know, catch a chicken for her. I was like, oh my God. Now, I was probably about 13 or 14. I did not want to grab no live chicken and that I knew was going to end up on the dinner table that later that night. Please. But I didn't want to get in trouble. Oh, God, this Sprite. I'm sorry. This Sprite, this Sprite really, for me, if I eat something like this, with the curry and all the different flavors, like to me, the Sprite, it's like really, it just helps me. Like I would drink, like I'll drink water afterwards, but like to the actual eating of it, I need my Sprite, honey. I need my Sprite. Mm. Okay, so like what I was saying, I didn't want to get in trouble by my grandmother because, you know, she was like, well, go, you know, get the chicken. And I'm thinking, okay. So what I did is I actually pretended like I was trying to get the chicken, like I was running after it, but I wasn't running all that fast. Like I wasn't trying, really trying. I just did it to make her think that I was doing what she wanted me to do. But I kept like, you know, going a little slower, so I was missing the chicken. And then finally she got so fed up, she's like, oh, I'll get it. And she went and she just grabbed one, and I was like, oh my God. And I tell you, later that night, I couldn't eat that chicken. I couldn't. Oh my God. Same thing with this goat that was on the land. It was my friend. I became friends with it. And this time, I think I was younger. I might have been like, because we would go to Trinidad like every other year. I think I might have been like 12, something like that. 11, 12. So we went and you know, I became friends with this goat, you know. So one morning I wake up and I hear the goat crying. And I'm like, what's wrong? And I run to the veranda, which is like the balcony. And I'm looking over, and it's my uncles, and they have the goat penned down, and they're killing it, they're slaughtering it, and I was so upset. My friend was being killed, you know. And later that night, that you know, the goat, he was on the table for dinner, curry goat, smelt great, but I couldn't eat it. I couldn't eat it. I was like, Mom, I can't eat this. Oh. So I think really if I had grown up on the farm, it would have I would have been a vegetarian probably a lot sooner. Ah, not that I eat a lot of meat now, but you know what? I guess I'm a work in progress, little by little, you know. I'll see how it goes, but this is the food. Sometimes Elsie's really good because I can't make the roti. I wish I could. I could probably do it if I try hard enough and really practice, but they have it down to a science. So even sometimes I'll cook here at home, the curry, whatever, or I do, we have something called tomato choka, which is basically tomatoes that are like sauteed in a pan and like broken up, but you put garlic and onion, and it's spiced up, and you eat that. You can eat that with roti. There's bhaji, which is like greens, spinach, and it's seasoned, really seasoned, spicy, and that can be eaten with roti. So sometimes I cook stuff here, and I'll just go to Elsie's roti shop to buy some roti to bring home to eat with what I've cooked, you know? Like this curry potato. Oh. Mmm. Delicious. Anyway, I think I better go now because I need to really get into my food. Oh, I know you all are probably thinking, bitch, the way you're smacking, if you're not into it already. I know. I just enjoy some really, you know, a good meal, good flavors. I like that orgasmic, you know, type of thing when it comes to my taste buds and all the different spices and all. But anyway, yeah, like I said, this would be the food that probably would get me to become vegan. Love, peace, and blessings to all the vegans out there and to anyone that's watching this video. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Oh, one more pylori for you all. Oh, with the chutney. So good. Get some Indian food today. Try it if you haven't. It's so good.